Good morning, it's Mr. Mike for the Mechanicsburg Learning Center with another episode of Dino-A-Day, episode number 43. Today we are not talking dinosaurs, we are not talking pterosaurs, we're not talking ancient swimming, what I like to call aquasaurs. We are talking ancient mammals. This is an animal that lived about 8 million years ago, and its name, interestingly enough, when you do the research on these animals, most of the time, especially dinosaurs, they give you a pronunciation. This one, I've done research for years, and I have yet to see anybody write out the pronunciation of it. I see the pronunciation of all the other animals with this one, so this is all conjecture on my part. We're going to call it Phoberomys pattersoni, or pattersoni. First name Phoberomys, second name Pattersoni, named after the person that found it. A Brian Patterson, paleontologist Brian Patterson. Her nickname is Goya, and the reason they nicknamed her Goya is that was the area that was the region, the name of the region that they discovered her in. So there are a couple of paleontologists responsible for bringing Phoberomys pattersoni to the fore, and they are Dr. Orangel Aguilera, Dr. Marcela Sanchez Villagra, and Dr. Inez Horowitz. They combined to write the paper that was around 2003 when it was described and made its own genus. So this was a large animal, and it was very, very similar to today's capybara. If you've ever had occasion to see a capybara, they're very interesting animals. They look like oversized guinea pigs, and the interesting thing about the capybara is they really, really are good swimmers. And if any of you out there have a guinea pig and you have yet to take it swimming with you, I would advise highly to do that. It's hilarious. Let me introduce you to a family member of ours. This, ladies and gentlemen, we've nicknamed her Ani. Full name Onyx, and you can see she's got a very special Michael Jackson black claw as opposed to the white one here. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, is Ani. She's currently munching on something. Ani is a regular sized guinea pig, put on maybe an ounce from when we started this shutdown because she's eating very well, not getting as much exercise. But if you want to give a size comparison to this Phoberomys pattersoni, we're going to take Ani here and show you what the animal would be size comparison to a present-day guinea pig. Okay, you guys can see the difference here. Ani has got some girth to her, and this would be a present-day capybara, which is the world's, now this is an actual guinea pig model, but I'm using this for size comparison. Did you want to say something? Oh, then she gets all quiet. So at any rate, this would be a size comparison, present-day capybara to an ancient pattersoni, Phoberomys pattersoni. So they would rear up on their haunches to get something to eat. So she would be able to go, because she had very strong back legs, very much stronger than a guinea pig. See these back legs? So she was definitely an herbivore, one of the biggest ever. She wasn't the largest. She wasn't the largest rodent ever. In 2008, they discovered something called Josephoartigaceae, which turns out to be even bigger than this. Now, Phoberomys pattersoni weighed about 1,500 pounds. So as to serve as some comparison for you, present-day guinea pig weighs about 2.2, maybe 3 pounds. Probably, we think Ani's probably pushing 3 pounds because of the shutdown. Capybara weighs about 110 pounds, and Phoberomys pattersoni would weigh somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500 pounds. So these were gigantic ancient mammals. She was semi-aquatic, as I mentioned earlier, so she did spend some time in the water, probably chewing on some tough vegetation. No evidence, even though she was a huge animal, no evidence at all that she was carnivorous. Her teeth were sharp and made to chew up plants. Now, the one thing that Phoberomys pattersoni had that a present-day guinea pig does not was a long, strong tail. So the animal would be able to rear up and balance on the tail, use it as basically a tripod, and then eat a whole bunch of vegetation. The name Phoberomys, interestingly enough, means fearful mouse. She's not a mouse, and she probably wasn't fearful. So the total translation of the name Phoberomys pattersoni would be Patterson's fearful mouse. Not the most descriptive thing in terms of accuracy, but it is an interesting way to put it. So when they found the skeleton of Phoberomys, it was 90% complete, which is really outrageous. 90% of the bones were intact and in place, so we had a really, really good sense of what she looked like. She ended up being described in 2003, about 3 years after initial discovery. And as I said, her nickname is Goya because of the area that she was found. Now, if you love guinea pigs and you have your own, take a look at it and make sure you put it in the bathtub with a couple inches of water and watch these things swim. They're hilarious and they're excellent swimmers, which probably just like their ancestors, Phoberomys, spent some time in the water hanging out. So, let's get to the poem here, and one little thing I want to add, if you do have a guinea pig, keep it safe because in Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia, they are actually a sustainable food source. So you want to make sure if you're traveling, don't take your guinea pig there because it could end up on the menu. So a few years ago, my son and I pooled our talents and came up with our third book, Dinorific Poetry, Volume 3, and in it, we paid some close attention to the pattersoni, the Phoberomys pattersoni. And here's the story. Now, as I said, when it was discovered, it was the largest rodent ever. Around 2008, they discovered that Josepha artigacia, which was larger, but at the time it was the biggest thing ever. But when the poem was written, we knew she wasn't the biggest, but we felt she was pretty cool and deserved her own poem. Ani, do you want to say hello before we get to this one more time? Next time, maybe you can recite it. Now, don't worry, I'm not taking you to Ecuador, so don't worry about that, all right? All right, there you go. This poem is called The Ghastly Guineazilla. That was another nickname given to it, Guineazilla or Ratzilla or this big, scary, ancient guinea pig. From depths of ancient Miocene, a fearsome beast emerges. Through streets that had been so serene, it scampers, shrieks, and surges. Make sure you lock your doors up tight, take refuge in your basement, and stash your bike in the garage or plan for a replacement. A monstrous fiend is roaming through the streets of our fair city. With heavy claws, self-sharpened teeth, the outlook isn't pretty. Take care, my friend, turn out your lights and hope the danger eases. It terrorizes all it sees and does just what it pleases. I'm sure you've never seen an animal that's quite this frightening. It's nimble, strong, intelligent, and plus it's fast as lightning. Its strength would make King Kong look like a tiny, frail gorilla. Now brace yourself, because here it comes, the ghastly Guineazilla. Okay, relax. I'm kidding you. This creature was no hunter. It probably ate seagrass and was just a happy grunter. It looked quite like a guinea pig, but with some deviation. It's 10 feet long, and it had a tail. That's quite a combination. It's Phoberomys pattersoni, or just call her Goya. And she is not a threat to you. That's just my paranoia. There's more stuff to disclose about this ancient guinea piggy. She's not the largest rodent, but she's certainly a biggie. She weighed 1,500 pounds, and she was furry. With weight like that, she maybe didn't have a need to scurry. Unlike a modern guinea, she could rear up on her haunches and try to then steer clear of any predatory launches. The Ghastly Guineazilla. Illustrated by my son Ethan, written by Mr. Mike, contained in Dinorific Poetry, Volume 3. Thanks so much for tuning in today for episode 43 of Mr. Mike's Dino-A-Day. We appreciate you sharing these on Facebook. We appreciate you watching them on YouTube. Guess what, Ani? Today you will be a YouTube star. She seems a little unimpressed. So, the YouTube channel is Mr. Mike Sgrignoli. Watch us live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we bring you another Dino-A-Day in association with the Mechanicsburg Learning Center. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun. Did you subscribe yet? No? Well, we'll get you an account. All right. Until tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is Mr. Mike and the ghastly Guineazilla signing off for Mechanicsburg Learning Center with episode number 43 of Mr. Mike's Dino-A-Day. Say goodbye. Say goodbye, honey. You want to grunt for him? Go ahead. I can't hear you.